due to an older lifter. Yeah. No, it makes sense, man. And this is the thing, like you pick and choose your tools according to the job. If you're, whatever, ollie lifter, you're going to be here. You finish your sport here or here, right? You don't finish your sport here, right? So it makes sense. Train the damn thing how you're supposed to be playing. Even in the basketball days when I was, only basketball focused, it was always talked about how you want to train like you play. Game situations. You don't want to be just taking shots, standing there and your parent or your friend, whoever is just feeding you the ball constantly, shooting calm, unstressed shots. That's not game-like scenario. You're never going to be completely stationary like that. You got to run through the cones, run around chairs, catch and shoot, catch 1-2 dribble, shoot, go left, go right, do some sprints, then come down and shoot. Like game situations, dude. That's what carries over. It doesn't carry over for you to just stand around and shoot. You're not going to get those shots. So just like that, when we're in here, the whole idea is to do all of these exercises, not because, we're just carpet bombing everything. No, carpet bombing actually takes away from a lot of valuable training you could be putting into the right things. If you're spending a lot of time doing shit that doesn't matter, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your resources, your energy. You want to be recovering from the right exercises. And so if you're an only lifter, it only makes sense. You got to be kick-ass overhead. In fact, I remember seeing a video from, what's that guy from Romania, the ollie lifter? I used to watch a stack of his videos back in the day. He's Romanian. He's like medaled at the Olympics, and I think he got done for doping, and some of it was taken away or something. I don't know. But there was a stack of videos that he made where he was talking about, here is a lifter. This lifter has clean and jerk 160. He has a snatch of 140. His overhead press is 80 kilos or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And he'll go through the list. His bench press, this, his blah, blah, and he'll deadlift, all of that stuff. And he'll literally assess the person's lift and be like, aha, the reason why you haven't snatched more is because your overhead press is not, strict overhead press is not high enough. So he would basically say, like, if this person was to overhead press more, they'll be better. In fact, he did one of those analysis on Clarence Kennedy. I remember watching that video. I found it really interesting. And his conclusion for Clarence was that he was never able to strict press enough weight overhead. And he said, like, if he somehow managed to do that, he would have been cleaning and jerking more. He would have been snatching more, because that was his limitation. Now, okay, now we're talking about strict pressing. What about the strict pressing is the limitation? Triceps, shoulders, traps, core, but your technique, whatever it is. And so then you can continually reverse engineer that, and then eventually get to a point where, like, aha, it's the long head of the triceps that's really slowing you down here. So bodybuilding is your long triceps, your long head of the triceps. I'm just making stuff up. I'm not even like saying that was the case. But you do that. You address the shoulders. You push your strict press a little bit higher, and then it kind of feeds all the way back to the clean and jerk. And so, like, that's what training is about. It's not just about doing everything and anything, because you don't have a freaking endless amount of energy and testosterone and building blocks within your body to recover from everything. And so the carpet bombing is a I need to drink of water. It's just somebody's way of saying, I don't really know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on, so I'm just going to train until the cows come home, and hopefully some of the dots connect themselves. That is not the way to train, dude. Like, that is not effective training. You're going to get to a certain level, and then you're not going to be able to break through because you don't have the resources. So I think it all starts with a goal, and it all starts from there. And so if you're a weightlifter, Lou raises, strict pressing overhead, that's where you want to be. You don't want to be doing a bench press.